Hi guys. So, a few days ago on Twitter, there was this Rainbow High tier list going around, and I was going to make and post my own, but I thought, you know, why not just make a video out of it? It's actually a pretty highly requested topic, so seemed like good timing. I know X Canadensis has already made one too, but the fun thing about ranking videos is that no two people can make the same video. It's always fun to see the difference in opinions and preferences. Also, I've been out of town the last few days. We drove several hours away to see Six the Musical, which was so incredibly amazing. But I am still kind of adjusting, I guess, to being back at home and getting back to work. So I needed a video that was relatively easy to film, not too complicated to edit. I can just sit here and talk and have a good time. Which was my thought process until I remembered exactly how many dolls Rainbow High has now. But we're here. We've already committed. We're gonna get through it and rank all these dolls. Let's go. One disclaimer before you begin, and it's the usual one. Chances are you will not agree with my rankings, and that's fine. I'm probably going to call some dolls ugly, and if one of those dolls happens to be your favorite, I promise it's not personal. If someone not liking the same dolls as you is something that angers or bothers you on a high level, then maybe you just shouldn't watch ranking videos, which is fine. It's okay. I will see you on the next one. So, here's the tier list. I didn't make this one. I will link it in the description if you would like to make your own. I did change the tier names. I wanted to name them ranked according to my favorite colors. So the top tier would be pink. But then I realized how incredibly confusing that would be because not all my favorite dolls are pink dolls. And I just lack the brain power right now to come up with 7 unique tier names. The only thing that's happening in there right now is a constant loop of don't lose your head. So I just gave them the standard letter scores. I believe this is in somewhat alphabetical order, and we're just gonna go through them in order. First up is Ainsley, and I like Ainsley. I do like Ainsley. She's not my favorite. She has some really cute outfit pieces, and I think she definitely has the superior clothing set between all the sets like that. By the time she came around, I was a little tired of the rainbow eyeshadow, though. Still, a solid doll. I'll put her in A tier. Ash. So I don't really care for boy dolls, least of all Rainbow High boy dolls. Of all of them, I do think Ash is the best. His face, it doesn't look like he's going to start chewing on my ankles, which is more than I can say for the rest of the boys. And his outfits are pretty interesting too, so I'll put him in, I don't know, C, I guess. I'll be nice to him. Avery. I do not care for Avery. I did buy her when she came out, but she is now in storage because I can just not, in good conscience, display her next to all those amazing dolls over there. I think that I was just enamored by the idea of a doll coming with so many outfit pieces that I didn't take into account what the doll actually looked like. This is the first and last time Rainbow High ever tried to do wigs, and I can absolutely see why. She's a D tier for me. Aisha Sterling. Between all the Rainbow Divas, I do think Aisha is my least favorite. Her outfits are just not that interesting to me. The mix of feathers and sequins it really doesn't do it for me. I do like her brown eyes. Brown eyes are a very, very easy way to impress me in Rainbow High. I think she's a pretty solid B tier. Bella Parker, my pink queen. So I do acknowledge that her introductory doll was a little rough. I think she has a beautiful design, and I adore her color scheme. But something about the specific, I guess, shade of plastic they used for Bella's skin tone, it's weirdly translucent, and it did not take to the shiny highlight they put on the first few dolls. She always just kind of looks like she's moist, which is unfortunate because I do think that otherwise she is a perfect doll. So I'll put her in S tier, just short of being at the very, very top for me. Series 2, Amaya Rain. So, I did buy this doll, and I honestly could not tell you why. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just wanted a Series 2 doll besides Bella, and I figured she was the next best option. I was wrong. I was so wrong. This doll is also in storage because I do not care for her. I think her hair blend, the colors in it are all wrong. Her makeup is the rainbow eyeshadow that's now been done over and over and over. Her first outfit, the sequin one, quite possibly the worst outfit in Rainbow High history. No, this doll is almost a complete miss for me. I'm putting her in D tier. Brianna Dolce, she's great. The sleepover dolls were probably my favorite collection from Rainbow High last year. She's already at an advantage for being pink, but I think she is just so cute in both her outfits. And I love that her doll has so much personality. She's really great, definitely one of my favorites, so I'm putting her into S+. Carmen Major. I never quite know where I stand on Carmen. I think visually, she's very interesting. I do like her color scheme, but I think all her outfit pieces just, they don't mesh together too well. Like, I don't pick up on a very specific vibe from her, but the outfit pieces are nice, and she's cute, so I'll put her in B tier. Costume Ball Violet. I do not like this doll. And I don't know if it's just because the other Costume Ball dolls are so superior to her. Maybe if she was just released on her own, I would like her more. Because her outfit is not awful, I guess, and it has some cool references. But overall, it is just not incredibly interesting. The whole look is a bit lazy to me. So I'll put her into C tier. Cheer Jade. The cheer line as a whole occupies such a weird spot in Rainbow High history, because they never really did anything like it since then. It was technically meant to be like a budget line, which I guess you could argue Pacific Coast went on to fill, if not for the fact they were way too expensive for that. But I digress. I do feel like maybe the cheer dolls aren't remembered too fondly, but they're very okay to me. I'll put Jade into B tier. Cheer Poppy. Absolutely my least favorite cheer doll. Her makeup is good in theory, but the actual doll, it just looks so bad. It looks so bad. And I don't like her outfit either, so she's another D tier for me. Cheer Ruby. I do like Cheer Ruby. She might be my favorite cheer doll. The stock photos don't really do her justice, which I guess is true for a lot of Rainbow High dolls. But Ruby in particular is just so cute to me. I love that her style and personality really shine through the cheer outfit too, and her crimped hair is really gorgeous. So I'll put her into A tier. Cheer Skylar. She doesn't offend me, but I do find her to be pretty boring, so C tier, I guess. Cheer Sunny. So like Ruby, I love that Sunny's personality really shows in her outfit. I love her big twin tails. The asymmetrical skirt was a nice touch. Yeah, she's really cute. I'll put her into B tier. Cheer Violet. This is definitely where I'm going to lose some people, but I do really like this doll. I can't fully explain why. I just like her a lot. I think she's really cute. A tier for her. Coco Vanderbilt. When I first did my impressions of Series 4, I do recall that I ranked her pretty low, and my opinion hasn't really changed too much, but that was just compared to the rest of Series 4, because compared to the rest of the lineup, I do think she's really strong. I love that she has such an identifiable, really cool aesthetic, even if it's not an aesthetic I personally really vibe with. And honestly, her base doll is just incredibly gorgeous. Still not one of my all-time favorites, so she is a B tier for me, but like a really high B tier. Daphne Mitten. I remember ranking her pretty low in my first impressions video too, the one I did for Series 3. And again, not much has changed in that regard. I do think her base doll is really pretty. She has a really gorgeous face, but her outfits just read so matronly. Like, nothing about her personal style or personality comes through at all. Her clothes are just not very interesting. And I still hate that she is an accessory design major that comes with basically no jewelry or accessories. So she's a C tier for me. Daria Roslin. She's cute, but I don't think she's the strongest out of Series 3. My biggest complaint with her is mainly that she just has so many different shades of pink going on that don't really go too well together. Her second outfit is cute, but I don't think it really suits Daria too much as a character. And I really, really don't care for her bright laser blue eyes on top of everything else. She just looks ready to vaporize me. So, I don't know, C tier, but very close to being D tier. Maria Garcia? She's a miss for me, all around. Were she less expensive, maybe I would think more fondly of her, but I just don't enjoy her very much. I think the way they did the face paint, just proportionally, it looks very strange. I don't find her outfit very interesting. I do like the accessories, the hat, and the purse, but overall, underwhelming, I guess is the word I would use. So, she's an easy D tier for me. Delilah Fields. Stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. My favorite of Series 4, no questions asked. I think she is so beautiful, so darling. I do have some misgivings about her second outfit, particularly the pants, because to me it just looks like it has egg all over it, and the little cutout at the ankles bothers me on an extremely personal level. But everything else, no notes, an amazing doll. S+ tier for sure. Demi Batista. So, the most striking things about Demi are her coat and her makeup. And the thing about Rainbow High is that, like, they have very specific silhouettes that they kind of cycle through. Demi is a good example of this, because without those things, she kind of disappears into this sea of Rainbow High dolls in a tight miniskirt and thigh highs. But to just judge Demi on her own, she's obviously very, very pretty, very striking. I do think, the silhouette thing aside, there are some very clever design choices with her. So I'll put her into A tier. Eliza McPhee. I am a certified Eliza stan. I love her. I think she's gorgeous. Do I think her doll looks a bit like it chews on sheet metal for fun? Yes, but in a cute way. And I think she has a very interesting, very unique silhouette for Rainbow High. She's just so interesting to me. I'd love to see more dolls like her, absolutely. She's an S tier for me. Emmy Vanda. So Emmy, she's not a bad doll, but she has a lot of wasted potential for me. I love her color scheme, but she is a big missed opportunity for Rainbow High at this point in time. In Series 3, to just really dip into more alternative styles. Her outfits as a whole are just pretty boring, so she's a pretty solid C tier for me. Finn Rosado. His hair is cute, but otherwise I have nothing nice to say about him. F tier. Gabriella Isley. When Series 3 first came out, I do remember that Gabriella was probably one of the least popular ones. People tended to think her outfits were pretty boring. And I do agree that they're not the most visually interesting. But I think for Gabriella specifically, this very clean, very sleek, very elegant aesthetic works so well for her character. Could they have done a little more with it? Probably. But she's still a great doll to me. I'm putting her into A tier. Georgia Bloom, my favorite of Series 3. Georgia is my bestie. I would die for Georgia. Rainbow High was definitely still kind of finding its footing with Series 3. So there's some things they could have done better or gone further with for sure. But Georgia is just, I don't know, something about her. She's so pretty. I think they did such a good job with her. And I love a doll with a lot of hair clips. She's another big personal favorite of mine, so S+ tier for her. My runway friend Amaya. Definitely the best look for Amaya, which is pretty funny. I do think she's generally pretty cool, given how big dolls like this are just kind of a novelty. So I'll put her into A tier. Halle Capri. Pacific Coast also just kind of occupies a weird space in the Rainbow High lineup. It just doesn't seem like MGA is terribly interested in, like, expanding on them or anything. So they're just kind of there. They kind of came and went. Halle specifically is not my favorite Pacific Coast doll, but she's not the worst. Still, compared to the other dolls, she doesn't really stand out much to me. So I'd say she goes into B tier. Harley Limestone. Neon Shadow is probably my least favorite Rainbow Vision lineup, but that's not saying much because all the Rainbow Vision lines are pretty stellar. I remember when I first talked about them in one of my new release videos, I said basically that I wish they had committed more to the punk metal aesthetic, and I got comments like, actually, punk aesthetics can include fur coats and sequins, and you should really educate yourself, which, yeah, obviously, I know that. But my point was that this is a very new aesthetic for Rainbow High, or it was at the time. Yet it still kind of feels half-baked due to the fact it's a lot of clothing pieces we've already seen in the brand. And I think that's most true for Harley. A lot of her clothes just feel very, very familiar. I'm talking too much. B tier for Harley. Harper Dune. This doll puts me to sleep. I'm sorry, she's so boring. A waste of pretty brown eyes. D tier. Heather Grayson. I appreciate Heather for just what she brings to the table. She has a really interesting vibe. You know, she's a pretty unique doll. I do think the execution of her hair could have been better, but I don't even really like her hairstyle, like, in theory, too much. Still, she's fun. She's an A tier, I think. Roxy Grand. Easy F tier. Easy. This doll is my personal enemy. If I ever see her in the store, it is on sight. F tier. Series 1 Jade Hunter. Series 1 was definitely a different time. I'm, like, constantly begging MGA to update the Series 1 girls, because Rainbow High is basically a completely different brand than when it was when it first released. And although I do like Jade's doll, particularly I like that there's a fashion doll whose style is that she enjoys a baggier, less hyper-feminine clothing. The look as a whole is just very, very dated now, and it really doesn't hold up that well. So she's a C tier. Jet Dawson. I feel like a lot of people have turned on Jet, and I kind of get it. She doesn't really read as a collector's doll. She definitely has the vibe of just a standard doll. And I'll admit, I don't really care at all for the dress that she comes with. But Jet herself, I don't know. I still think she's really, really pretty. I think her outfit is really interesting. I think the mix of colors in her hair is done really well, which is more than I can say for a lot of other dolls with rainbow hair. So yeah, I'm going to put her in A tier. Jewel Ritchie. So, I do love Jewel's doll and the representation she provides. Plus, she has a stole. You know I love a good stole. But I just really don't care for her outfits. They're not very interesting to me. I don't like sequins. And I think just the cut of the dress in particular is so bizarre. It doesn't really do her doll justice at all. So she's probably a C tier to me. Junior High Amaya. So I'm going to cheat a little here, and I'm probably going to make some people very angry with this. But I'm just going to put all the Junior High dolls into F tier. I'm sorry, I really do not like the Junior High line. I think they're good for, like, younger children or someone who wants a Rainbow High doll but doesn't want to pay a gajillion dollars for one. But for me, personally, I don't like them. I don't like their faces. I have no desire to buy any of them. And even the ones that I think have cute outfits, like Violet, Bella, and Crystal, I'm just mad because I wish those outfits were on a real doll instead of these gremlins. Okay, I said my piece. Moving on. Karma Nichols. I think her skirt, the sparkly, transparent one, is another clothing piece that's like iconic, but for all the wrong reasons. And nothing else about Karma's doll is that memorable to me. But I guess basic is better than ugly, so I'll put her into C tier. Kaya Hart. So I think Kaya's first outfit is one of the most heinous things Rainbow High has ever done. I can't defend that. However, I think her second outfit is really, really cute. And I think Kaya's base doll is incredibly pretty. My only complaint is her lipstick. It's not a bad color, but it does lack the dimension that Rainbow High makeup usually has. So sometimes it just looks like this solid glob of bright pink on her face. But otherwise, I do like Kaya. I do like her. She's a B tier for me. Crystal Bailey. So in general, I do think Series 2 is one of the worst Rainbow High lines. Like, not even just out of the main series, just in all of Rainbow High. Crystal is not the worst of the worst. She has some cute outfit pieces. Her fishnets have carried the Rainbow High community on its back. But I do think she's just not as strong as a lot of later releases, and even some earlier releases. So she's a C tier. Lila Yamamoto. I do have some small nitpicks and misgivings with her outfits, but overall I think she is incredibly lovely. Her buns are so cute. Her face mold is really, really pretty. Especially since I've bought her, she's just grown on me so much. She's so fun. I'm gonna put her in S tier. Lily Chang. It's really hard for me to choose a favorite Rainbow High doll, but Lily is definitely a big contender. She's just so beautiful, so well designed, incredibly iconic. Like, what more is there to say? She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now. She goes into S+. Luna Madison. Not my favorite. She's just sunny. Like, she's literally just sunny, but gray, and with sadder hair buns. And wearing one of the most bizarre, comically ludicrous outfits I've ever seen that doesn't fit her character at all. And her second outfit is just kind of boring. So she's a D tier for me. Lyric Lucas. I am a Lyric hater. If Lyric has 100 haters, I am one of them. If Lyric has one hater, that is me. If Lyric has no haters, it is because I have died and left the earth. Her hair color blend is awful. It's so muddy. Her makeup, by far the worst on any Rainbow High doll. Like, literal clown makeup. And nothing about her clothing makes up for it. No, she is an F tier doll through and through. Mara Pinkett. I originally didn't like Mara until I started seeing her in person and watched unboxings of her, but she is really, really cute. I think her outfits, they take a little bit of work to get to how I like them personally, but all of the potential is there. She has everything she needs, and I think she kind of fits the aesthetic Neon Shadow is going for slightly better than Harley does, so I'll put her in A tier. Margot de Perla. I don't understand the hate that Margot gets. Like, I genuinely don't. I think her face is so pretty and so interesting. And I'm not going to be like, man, I hate when Rainbow High does something different with their faces. I wish she wasn't a Pacific Coast doll because that does hold her back a little bit compared to the others. But she's still a very beautiful doll on her own. So I'm going to put her in A tier. Marissa Golding. So of the 3 sleepover dolls, I do think Marissa is my least favorite. And it's mostly just because her second outfit is pretty boring to me. But she's still very strong and from a really, really good collection. So she is an A tier for me. Mina Floor. I love Mina. Her doll is so interesting. It brought things into Rainbow High that we hadn't really seen yet. I love the sheer amount of accessories that she comes with. Her face, her makeup is immaculate. She's not one of my personal all-time favorites, but like, she's great. She's really, really great. So I'll put her into S tier. Maylene Lux, she's pretty great. I love her style, just how glamorous she is. I love that she's a Texas girly like me. And hey, brown eyes. Her second outfit is kind of ridiculous, but in the absolute best way. I love when I can look at a doll and know just exactly who she is. She's gorgeous. I'm going to put her into S tier. Mila Barrymore. Series 4 is very strong in general, but I do think Mila is probably one of the weaker ones. And it's hard to pinpoint exactly why. It's not like she's boring. She has a lot going on, but I guess it just doesn't all fit together the way it does for some of the others. I don't know. I'm just not drawn to her that much, but she's not awful. She's not hideous. I'll put her into C tier. Minnie Choi. So, I love the K-pop girls. I love them so much. They might be my favorite collection from Rainbow High this year. It's really rare that for any collection I want every doll in it, but I did get all 3 K-pop girls, and I'm so happy that I did. I do like Tiara and Tessa slightly more than Minnie, and I think it's just because those two have such a crisp, clear aesthetic, whereas Minnie is more, I don't know, kind of generalized. Does that make sense? But she's still excellent and immaculate in every way, so I'm going to put her in S tier. Naomi Storm of the Shadow High Storm Twins. I have this running bit with myself where I just think Naomi looks much more like a Veronica, and Veronica looks so much more like a Naomi to me, if that makes any bit of sense to anyone watching. I like Naomi only slightly less between the two, but I still think they're both beautiful. Again, their stock photos just really don't do them a lot of justice. You have to really see them in person. Just overall, all the colors and the way their outfits blend together, they're so incredibly well designed. So I'm going to put Naomi into S tier. Natasha Zima. Honey, gold dust lip gloss feels like money. Disco, metallic, sparkling, sunny. I don't love Natasha's outfits that much, especially her dress. Again, the feathers just kind of need to cheapen it. But still, something about her. She's so iconic. And her base doll is really, really pretty. I'm going to put her into B tier. Nicole Steele. So I don't really like sporty aesthetics. That doesn't mean I don't think they should be included. It's always nice to see a wide variety of styles. And I do think Nicole has some really cool pieces. Her big poofy twin tails are really cute too. I'll put her into B tier as well. Pacific Coast Bella. She was a slight improvement in the face department. You know, she doesn't look so sweaty anymore. But the rest of her is boring. Incredibly boring. Other than the sunglasses, which are not boring, but are in fact incredibly ugly. She's safe from being a bottom tier for being Bella, but I cannot place her any higher than a C tier. Phaedra Westward. Phaedra is really, really pretty. She has one of my favorite color schemes of maybe any other doll. And I do love twin tails on a doll. I really, really do. Her swimsuit is cute. I wish that she had a real outfit because I'm so curious what her casual style is like. Though apparently, according to the Rainbow High series, the Pacific Coast girls just walk around in their swimsuits. But she is an A tier for me. Poppy Rowan. I think more than any Series 1 doll, Poppy has the most poorly defined style. I remember her bio describing it as hip-hop, which, yeah, this is a lot of things, but not that. The butterfly motif is cute. I do think both of her shoes are still some of the more iconic Rainbow High pieces, but her clothes are not my favorite. I think I'll put her into C tier. River Kendall, F tier. Moving on. Robin Sterling. Robin is gorgeous. She's so fun. Her aesthetic is just so unmatched. Her color scheme is great. Her like old-fashioned glamour is so cool. I've already spoken about how much I love the Sleepover collection, so I won't repeat myself. She is an S tier. Series 1 Ruby. I like Ruby's first doll for the reason that I think, more than anyone else's in that collection, her outfits really show off her personal style. It still hasn't aged all that gracefully, but not as bad as some of the others. I know I can definitely go a lifetime without seeing another t-shirt under a pleather bustier, but no, she's fine. She's very fine. So I'll put her into B tier. Sabrina St. Cloud. Stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. I always feel like a little bit of a hypocrite when I say Sabrina is one of my favorite dolls, because she's not like exceedingly different from a lot of past dolls. Again, she has one of those silhouettes that they love to cycle through. But I don't know. I'm human. I'm allowed to have a moment of weakness. And something about Sabrina specifically just works so well for me. I love her so much. She's an S plus tier to me. She's one of my favorite dolls that I own. Chanel Onyx. My favorite in the Shadow High Series 1 lineup, by far. She is such an incredibly beautiful doll, and especially in person, she is very striking. Her second outfit is kind of meh, but her first outfit I just adore so much. I desperately want to see more big poofy dresses in Rainbow High, but she's also an S+. Cheryl Meyer. So, we are on a roll, because Cheryl is also one of my favorite dolls. I own the makeup variant that has a very thick, dark lip liner, and I would not have it any other way. She is beautiful. And I like that she's, she is kind of just one big reference, but also pretty identifiable as her own character too. So it's a middle line it's pretty fun. I'm also putting her into S+. Simone Summers. She's okay. She's cute. But cute next to gorgeous, I'm honestly constantly forgetting that Simone exists. She's inoffensive, but she doesn't stand out to me at all. Even in her own lineup, she just kind of fades away. So I'll put her into C tier. Series 1 Skylar. Denim on denim on denim. I think she's pretty cute for Series 1, but again, a lot of these layer dolls just really eat her up. I'll say that she does have my favorite blend of hair colors in Series 1. It just looks really cool in person. I think I'll put her in B tier. Costume Ball Robin. I think there were a lot of really cool design choices with this doll. She's definitely a very creative concept, but I don't know what it is necessarily, but she's kind of on the lower end of the spectrum of the costume balls for me. I think only Violet ranks lower than her. But that's not to say she's a bad doll at all, just that the other dolls in her collection appeal to me a lot more. And maybe I shouldn't compare them, but that's just how my brain works when I'm ranking dolls. I'll put her into A tier. Stella Monroe. I apologize profusely to the Stella stans out there for what I'm about to say. I know there are a lot of y'all, but I really do not like Stella's doll. And again, it does come down to just wasted potential. Stella is literal royalty. She has built-in references to Marilyn Monroe, but her outfit pieces are, frankly, they're gross. They're heinous. The hideous little sheer sequin skirt they gave her is by far one of my least favorite clothing options in fashion doll history. She's an F tier to me. Series 1 Sunny. So, like Ruby, I think Sunny's outfit shows off her personality really well. Her first one, at least. I don't care much for her second one. I think if she was produced again today, they would definitely find a way to make her hair buns look a bit better. But for the time, for the first collection Rainbow High ever dropped, she was definitely one of the strongest dolls in the lineup. So I'll put her into A tier. Tessa Park. So again, I love the K-pop dolls. So obviously I love Tessa. I love her aesthetic. I love how inventive and unique her outfits are. I love that she has the Margot facial structure. Like, she's just great. She's awesome. No notes, no complaints. S plus tier for her. T-ara's song. It's hard not to repeat myself a ton when doing ranking videos, so I've learned. There's only so many words to say about dolls. So, what are some synonyms for T-ara here? Magnificent, pleasing, bewitching, dazzling, sublime. Yeah, I love her, just like I love all the K-pop girls. She's another S plus for me. The Rainbow High twins, Holly and Laurel. So, I don't know what it is about these girls, but when they were first revealed, I wasn't that into them. I thought they were pretty boring. I didn't like that they had essentially the same outfit on, but something happened. Something shifted. I don't know if it's just that I love them in the show, but the dolls really, really grew on me. I do genuinely love these girls a lot now. Enough to put them both into A tier. Uma Van Hoos. So, out of the Neon Shadow girls, I think Uma is the most aesthetically correct. Well, maybe correct isn't the right word, but I think her outfit pieces are the best ones of the three. And she's just fun. She's a really fun doll. I mean, all of Neon Shadow are fun in their own way, but Uma, I don't know, she does outshine them a little in my opinion, so I'll put her into S tier. Vanessa Tempo. She's really, really pretty. I wish Rainbow High would do more braids. Her outfits, not my personal favorite. Again, the whole bustier over a t-shirt thing is kind of tired, but they're not terrible. I'll put her into B tier. Veronica Storm. I've already talked about how much I love the Storm twins, and that I do like Veronica slightly better, so I'll go ahead and put her into S plus tier. Series 1 Violet. This is not a very popular doll, but I do like her. Her first outfit is, it's a little ridiculous, but sometimes I like a little ridiculous. And her second outfit is still really cute. Again, I just need more big floofy dresses in Rainbow High. She's not the best, no, but again, for Series 1, I do think she was one of the stronger ones. I'll put her into A tier. Lola Wild. Lola's pretty great. I do think there are certain things that could have gone a little further. Again, it's just one of those silhouettes they love to rely on. But she does also have a lot of really cool, really impressive details. I maintain that she should have been a werewolf and not a cat, but I can't hold that against her. I'll put her into A tier. White Hair Maya Rain. I actually like this doll a lot, but there are some things that are just objectively not great about her. The tall boots, this was before Rainbow High started doing more fabric boots, so her boots are just incredibly clunky. Her jacket is also made from this very, very stiff vinyl material, so you can't move her arms in it. So she's forever stuck in the default Danganronpa sprite pose. So, a beautiful design, less than stellar execution. I'll put her into B tier. I'm going to kind of speed through the Winter Break dolls because we're nearing the end here. Winter Break Jade. She's nice. Her outfit pieces are pretty creative and suit her really well. A tier. Winter Break Poppy. Incredibly cute. I love that the butterfly motif is more subtle, and her outfits are both just really adorable. A tier. Winter Break Ruby. Her outfits are a less great version of Jade's to me. C tier. Winter Break Skylar. I dislike her second outfit a lot, and her first outfit is just kind of boring to me. Love the volume in her hair, though. C tier. Winter Break Sunny. I wish her outfits had more personality. C tier. Winter Break Violet. She's cute. I like that her outfits have a more minimal, more elegant aesthetic, because that does really suit Violet. B tier. And that brings us to the very last one. but certainly not least, Costume Ball Bella, who, if you know me, you already know that we're ending on a great note. I love this doll so much. I adore her. She is amazing. She is superior. Absolutely one of my favorites. S+ tier for her. And there we have it. My official Rainbow High ranking. I'm actually pretty surprised that the D tier is so small, and so is the F tier if you don't count all the junior highs. But I guess there's more Rainbow High dolls that I'm just kind of meh on than ones I actively dislike. But I do feel very confident in which ones are my favorites. So let me know which ones are your favorites and which ones are your least favorites. I doubt you have the exact same ranking as me, so I'm excited to hear which ones you agree with, which ones you disagree with. Either way, I'm just so happy you decided to sit through all this and listen to me ramble about dolls for however long this has been. Too long, probably. But yeah, when you're done with all of that, just be sure to like and subscribe for any future fashion doll content. Thank you.